skillers, PKers, PVMers, and Venezuelans. Long ago, the four nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the bosses attacked. Only Zezima, the Avatar, master of all 23 skills, could stop them. But when the world needed him most, he vanished. 100 years passed, and Vanica and I discovered a new Avatar, a noob named Ava. And although her airbending skills are great, she has a lot to learn before she's ready to save anyone. But I believe Ava can save the world. Hello? Hey, hi, it's me, Blankiespigs, and welcome back to our channel. This is Avatarman mode, our new RuneScape series that we just started. This is episode 2, so yeah, thanks for all the feedback and the support I've gotten from this video. If you guys have any more for going forwards, of course, message me or put it in the comments. I'll be sure to act on it. So this episode, based on that, we're going to have best audio quality because last episode I realized whilst editing it there's a lot of background noise and it's a bit quiet, so hopefully that should be a bit better this episode. And we're also going to have an outro screen as requested. But on my own feedback, I think I spent way too long introducing all the skills last week. So as you can see here, we got down to almost the bottom of the second column and we're going to be starting on Hunter. But yeah, I just don't want to, because there's over 20 skills and we need to level up every single one, I want to try cut down the time it takes for each skill, basically, just so that you guys just see what I'm going to be doing, and then you see the final XP drop. Just that way I can get more skills in and hope you guys can see a lot more content than last time. I think I spent too long on some of the skills, especially at the start of the video. But yeah, so as you can see here, this is how we're going to do it. It's like I mentioned at the end of last episode, Hunter early levels are a lot of pain, and people normally skip them or do birdhouses, which are a lot quicker, a lot easier methods. But we can't do that, and you'll see here we are in the Isle of Souls, which isn't the original place that people used to hunt when hunting first came out. That was Crimson Swifts in Feldham Hills. The Isle of Souls is a new addition to the game that wasn't around back then. For any of you guys that have only played the old version and not this new version, I've caught enough Crimson Swifts that this should give me a level, I believe. So hopefully if this bird doesn't break my trap, and he doesn't. There you go, level 2 Hunter has been acquired, and that doesn't unlock anything. But pretty good. Next is mining. So yeah, as we said, bottom, we completed the second column now, 46 total level, and these are especially the problem skills. Hunter's definitely a problem skill as well, but this episode's probably be titled problem skills. Why that is will become clear, I guess, pretty quickly. But we'll skip on to mining. Okay, so for mining, I'm just going to quickly run through the mining skill, why it's a problem skill. As I said, I promise, after I explain all these skills one time, hopefully from then on the next levels will be a lot quicker. But I just want to explain to you why mining is such an issue, because as you can see here, there aren't 99 different kinds of rock. In fact, there are very few kinds of rock in this game. I'm not sure how many more there is, but really not that many. So how are we going to get 99 levels, different levels worth of this? We're going to have to make some exceptions to the rules. So mining does have a few mini games, such as Motherlode Mine and Volcanic Mine, and they give ore as a reward. So for example, at level 30 you can get coal from those two activities. So I'll count that. I'll be able to use Motherlode Mine and Volcanic Mine one time for the coal, and then one time again at level 40 when gold becomes unlocked as a reward in that, and same for Mithril and that. But as you can see again, even that isn't a lot because like I said, there's very few ores that are actually used. A lot of these ores aren't actually rewards, so mainly it's just Runite all the way down to iron. But I'll make that clear when we're actually doing the mini games. But yeah, mining is definitely one of the hardest skills for us to do. Also, we're going to count mining in the mining guild as a different activity as well. So for example, mining iron and that in the mining guild is a different activity. But once again, that's actually not entirely helpful because the mining guild, I believe, you can only go in at level 60. So that's not going to be a thing for quite a long time. We're going to have to make similar exceptions for a lot of these ones down the road, but hopefully you guys think that's fair. I think that's the best way of doing it, but obviously we'll try and use as many different ways as possible whilst we can. And yeah, we're going to be mining pure essence here, rune essence, not pure essence, because we need that for rune crafting. And in fact, mining ore isn't actually necessary because we can just buy bronze bars, which I've already done for smithing. So yeah, that was pretty quick. We'll definitely need those later, but we're going to move on to smithing now. Okay, so as I said, the next skill is smithing, and smithing is possibly the easiest skill out of all of them, just because of the sheer amount of things you can craft in each tier. So they have it for every single bar, you get plenty of stuff. So I think smithing should be one of the easiest ones. And yeah, we have a whole bunch of bronze bars already that we bought from Shanty all the way down in Alcarid, so we didn't even need to mine the ores, which is good because obviously that would cost mining XP, which we can't afford at the moment. And yeah, that was pretty quick, pretty simple. This is a location that hopefully all of you will recognize that have played the game before, because it's like one of the most iconic places, I guess, for doing smithing. In Varrock West Side, anyway. It does bring back memories for me. And this should be fairly quick. I don't know how many we need. Just a couple more, and that should be level 2 smithing. So simple. There you go, level 2 smithing, which unlocks bronze maces. So yeah, we'll be using bronze maces for level 2. And yeah, moving along is fishing is the next one. Right, so from smithing, one of the easiest skills in the list, to fishing, definitely one of the most difficult ones, and we've had to make exceptions to the rule here as well. I'm just going to start fishing, because you guys should be able to recognize this as the Lumbridge Swamp, a place where basically all free-to-play accounts used to start fishing back in the old days. Fishing is incredibly slow, so I've got plenty of time to talk about why the problem. Like I said, for mining, it's just a similar problem for fishing. There just aren't enough fish in the game to have 99 levels of that. So once again, things like fishing in the guild is different, but once again, can't get in there until level 60, like 6 or something. So that won't be a thing for a while. Once again, fishing mini games such as Temporos will also be able to grant multiple levels. So the Temporos reward pool changes 7 times based on what level you are, so for each of those brackets I will be able to get a new level there. But once again, I'm not going to be able to access Temporos to level 30 anyway, and it's a new mini game for those of you that aren't familiar with new old school RuneScape. A bit of an oxymoron there. But yeah, so what else are we going to talk about, or what else is there to say about fishing? That fishing items for, well, fishing requirements in quests will also be able to give levels. So, for example, in Taibo 1 Trio requires you to catch a Korombuan and a Korombuanji. That will give levels for each of those, because it's technically, in my rule set, that's a different different activity as opposed to just fishing it for myself, not in a quest. But yeah, there's going to be lots of exceptions. I'll explain them as I go to do them. But yeah, we'll fast forward to the final speed drop, because fishing takes ages. Okay, so as we're coming up to the fishing level, I just want to clarify that since you can't control exactly what fish you get from each spot. So for example, later on, well, this is level 2 fishing, but for example, small net fishing here can give both shrimp and anchovies at later levels, and obviously you can't choose which one it is. So every time I unlock a new one, so when I get anchovies unlocked, even if that just means I can get a level there. So even though if the final XP drop might be a shrimp again, technically that's allowed because I could have got an anchovy there. Just thought I'd clarify that as we move on to the next skill, which is the partner skill to fishing, I guess. It's cooking, which is a lot easier, but not actually as easy as you might think it might be. But we'll go on to explain that in a second. Alright, so cooking, like I said, one of the easier skills, especially in this column. There are definitely 99 things to cook, although a lot of them you won't be familiar with and have some complicated cooking procedures. So yeah, but I think that's the whole point of this series, really, to do activities that people either don't do or don't even know exist. But since we can't use the range downstairs because we haven't done cook's assistant yet, I'm just going to go light my own fire and cook a whole bunch of rat meat and the shrimps that we just caught. So I just burnt 2 rat meat. Maybe I should start on shrimps first. This should be more than enough. Actually, we only need 1 shrimp apparently. So that's level 2 cooking, which is nice and sorted. And that moves nicely onto level 2 firemaking, which actually we're 3 XP off anyway, and that just means we need 1 more log. So I accidentally almost got a firemaking level there without checking, but I'm going to pretend like it was planned, and there you go. Level 2 firemaking. Simple. Let me quickly talk about firemaking. Firemaking is another joke of a skill, and why is that? It's because it's linked to woodcutting, which is the next skill actually. Not sure why they're actually in this order. They probably ought to be the other way around. Jagex, sort that out. But as you can see here, there aren't enough logs. So even with all these different methods, even using the barbarian method, there's just nowhere near 99 here because these equipment and these, what's it called? So once again, Winter Todd, firemaking mini game that gives different rewards based on your level. Once again, you can get different. I can gain levels based on when the reward pool changes. similar to fishing and mining and all that. But once again, Wintertide's not available to level 50, so we're going to have to make do before then. And we have different ways of doing that, mainly from similar thing to fishing, and that is whenever we need to light a fire in a quest, that counts as a different activity, and hence we can get a level from that. And that doesn't make it a lot easier, to be honest with you, because there aren't actually a lot of quests that you need to light stuff. And there are some other random stuff we can do for fire making to try and make it a bit more interesting. But we'll get to that as it comes. So the next skill is woodcutting, and like I said just now, for fire making is a very similar problem. We have nowhere near enough trees. In fact, there's one page of trees right now. So what do? Well, luckily Jagex have done the favor. You can look in the distance here. They are different looking trees. So we're going to class that as a different for each level. I'm not going to take the piss completely. I will try and keep it within reason where possible. So for example, there's like 4 different types of tree in the game. Well, of normal tree in the normal region. I'm only going to get levels for like 2 of them. And then trees, for example, in the Isle of Souls, which is where we started this episode in Hunted, they're completely different looking trees. Even though they're also require level 1 woodcutting, and they give logs just exactly the same as everything else. We're going to count that as a different kind of tree as well, just because there's literally nothing else you can do for woodcutting. But yeah, let me go get an axe and we'll get that going. Okay, so I've gone to Bob's extortionate axe shop in London, Lumbridge, and I bought myself 2 axes. You can see here I gained a bit more money in the meantime for all this kind of stuff, so you guys didn't have to watch me do that. And here's a perfect example. We have the single canopy trees and we have the double canopy trees. So each one of those will be able to give us a level, and in the distance there you can see the dead trees, hopefully, and you can see that these actually are very similar. There are like 4 different types of those as well, and we'll be doing something similar for those, just because there's nothing else really to be able to be done. With things like oak trees, there are also variants that we can use, and hopefully between all of those we should be able to fill in all the levels. I have got a list of them, so I think it is possible. But yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So our first level is going to be on double canopy Lumbridge trees that look like this. Don't worry, I will keep track for you of the different kinds, so you don't have to worry about that. But I will make sure every single level is from a different kind of tree. Okay, so next up is farming, which is not an easy skill, not a difficult skill, because as you can see here, there are a bunch of things you can plant. It's just the spacing early game to like mid is actually a bit awkward, but I think it can be done, so we should be fine. I was going to get the level just by raking, although just because I was lazy. But really I ought to plant something, and the only thing you can plant level 1 I believe is our potato seeds. So I have potato seeds here, and I'm just going to plant them, but we don't have to wait for them to grow because that's going to take too long. I didn't realize that farmers also sell compost, which is nice. So I want to make sure that they try not to, well, hopefully that will help them not die. But we're not going to have to wait for that just because I'm lazy and I want to record this all in one go. So I'm actually going to rake my way to level 2 after planting this. I'm not sure, did I just get XP for putting compost down? I'll have to pay attention to the next one. But, well, I get XP for just dibbing the seeds. I don't know if that's actually a verb. But I also think I got some XP for putting compost down. So I will consider putting compost down. I can use that to get 1 level itself. As for planting every individual seed and then harvesting them, I will probably consider that as only one way of getting 1 level as opposed to 2, but we'll see how it goes. Whether or not it's necessary in the end, I don't think it will be necessary, so we can consider it as only 1 level, not as 2. Otherwise it seems a little bit cheap, but I'm probably going to regret saying that because I'm probably going to end up doing it. So yeah, we just need to... Ooh, let's rake it instead, because we're just 1 rake away from level 2 farming. There you go, level 2 farming, which unlocks marigolds, which we will be planting actually, because there is a secret use for marigolds that I'm sure probably no one is aware of, unless you look it up. So look forward to that in the near future. But there you go, that's level 2 farming, and just like that we have completed the front page. Okay, ignore Hybler because we can't do that yet. But we have completed the front page of level 2 everything. So 53 total level. And once again, we're going to go back to the start now. So back to the combat skills, which are fairly quick, fairly easy. But remember, we always have to have a purpose when going for them, because we only have limited XP, and there are a lot of monsters we do need to kill. But You'll see what I'm going to go kill in a minute. Okay, and the big reveal is what we're going to be killing are some imps. But, oh, whoa, 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 not defense, attack, attack, attack. You can see here we are fully geared out now. I managed to buy all these items from different shops. It's a very scuff, we don't have a necklace, and we are literally using a square shield instead of a kite shield because I couldn't get one. But we need to kill imps, not for imp catcher, but actually for the ashes, because that's how we're going to get our second prayer level, by scattering fiendish ash, not fiendish, the fiendish ashes? I think that's what they drop, which gives prayer XP, another thing that wasn't around back in the old days, but semi-recently now gives XP. That'll be our second prayer level. We can't seem to kill this imp. But we're not going to be here for too long. Well, we're also looking for another drop they have on their table. Well, a couple of drops really. The chef's hat and the... Where is this guy gone? There's an imp here. I'm going to kill this one instead. I don't know where that guy's teleported off to. They have a chef's hat, but also most importantly a mine talisman, which we need to make a mine tiara, which will give us a different rune crafting method. That's not desperate, but we will need to get one for fairly soon, because we will be running out of rune crafting methods after mined runes, which is the next thing that we're going to be doing. But these aren't the only monsters we're going to kill. Of course, we need to go back to our Slayer task to make sure that Slayer keeps up with our combat stats. So we'll be killing some more rats, but we also need to kill a bear. So yeah, spoilers, we're going to be killing a bear. I'm not sure how that's going to work, because we might well get beaten up, not gonna lie to you guys. We might get beaten up by it, just because it might be too strong. But we need the meat for Druidic Ritual, so that is a must for the account. We get a ball of wool and Phoenix ashes. So yeah, these are the ashes we're gonna get, or we're gonna use for our final prayer drop. I'm gonna kill one more, because this is the one we started earlier. Like I said, I didn't want to talk too long about this, but we're about to get the level here. For the second one, I will skip, and we'll show you, but... I mean, these imps are being really annoying. This is the problem when we're so low, we can barely even kill them. Just another... Okay, we're going to have to find one more imp, actually. But, yeah, just a couple more drops here. Oh, burnt bread, completely useless. So, one more hit, and that will be our attack level. So there you go, level 3 attack. I was going to say level 2, but we've actually gone the whole way around, so level 3 attack. I'll fast forward until we get a strength level, or we get a nice drop. Okay, so as we're killing an imp for our strength level, we got the drop that I was looking for. We already got the Mind Talisman. I'll check what the drop rate is, and I'll get back to you as we go for the level. So yeah, I'm actually pretty hyped. That's pretty sick. Just after talking about it, to be honest with you. Okay, so we're 1 XP drop off getting level 3 strength. According to the RuneScape wiki, that Mind Talisman drop is a 1 in 18. So I know it doesn't sound ridiculous, but for us it's actually really good, because the fewer imps we can kill, I don't know why I even killed that one, probably I should have moved on by now. The more, well not the more, it means we get to go kill more important monsters, which is actually huge for the account. So we have 4 Fiendish Ashes. We're going to need a little bit more to get the prayer level, but we're not going to bury that yet anyway, because we're not in that. We're going to be training defense, and for that we're going to move on to bears. Okay, so just for the record, we got level 3 attacking strength using an iron scimitar against imps. So we can no longer get strength for attack levels against imps, and we can no longer get strength for attack levels using an iron scimitar. Like I said in the last episode, combat skills won't really be a problem using these rule set, but I thought it would be good just to mention it, just in case, for the record. And you'll be thinking, what are you doing, Aiden? This doesn't look like bears. And you're correct, these are not bears. Instead, we are here in preparing for bears. So basically, we have to kill a bear to get bear meat for Druidic Ritual, which is a must complete. So this bear must be killed. But the problem is, the bear is probably going to kill us. So, yeah, bears are incredibly high level. So we might need to use defense, range, and magic to kill it. And to do that, we have to get a prayer level in between. So to get our level 3 prayer, we're going to have to kill... we'll have to do that in between. So for example, if we use our defense to get a level, we use our range to get a level, and we still haven't killed the bear. We'll have to get a prayer level and then get to mage. But now we're just one fiendish ash scatter away from getting a level, so we'll be able to do that during the fight. You might think this is overkill, but I promise you it's not. This is like basically the first boss of our entire series, and I'm not entirely sure we can win, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna pray that this is enough. But yeah, when we get there, I'll show you. Okay, so here is our enemy. This black bear here is level 19, and as you can see here, we are level 5. Well, more specifically, we're 5.2. So I'm not entirely sure how this is gonna go, to be honest with you. I brought kebabs as food. I pray this is going to be enough, otherwise we're going to have to think of something else. There are bear cubs in Karen that I could go kill, but I couldn't be bothered to walk all the way there, and this is kind of cooler. So we're going to try doing this. Wish me luck, guys. Maybe I might have to flinch this, to be honest with you. Oh, we're hitting. He has 25 HP though, so I'm not sure how this is going to go. We've got our full armor set. This is level 2. I don't know, maybe I need to flinch, but I'm not entirely sure this is going to work, to be honest with you, actually, because we're not hitting. That one hit might be the only hit we make all the time. So if this doesn't work quickly... Oh my god. I mean, I hit him for 2. He's hitting me though, so... I don't think this is going to work, guys. I might have to bail. I don't know what I'm going to do about this, though. Okay, new plan here. We're going to trap him. And we're going to cast some airstrikes, because airstrike might do more damage, to be honest with you. But I'm going to make sure I don't get a level, which is another issue. Okay, we hit him for 2. This, I don't know why I'm committing to this now. This is... It's probably not wise, Aiden. But I mean, I hit him for 2 again. I have to make sure here I don't ruin the entire account by getting an XP drop. Alright, I think I can cast one more time. No, one more time. Okay, I definitely can't cast anymore. I don't know. This might be a mistake here. I don't think I can kill him. What to do? Can I flinch him? I can. Well, we can try flinching him, which is basically waiting to his HP bar. Oh, hello, Rick Turpentine. Do you want to use that crossbow and kill this guy for me? What did you just give me? 1 kebab. Well, it's like you've been watching our fight. We'll need that. So yeah, I'm going to try flinching him. We'll see if this works. I'll come back if it doesn't. Okay, so in the process of flinching, we've actually managed to get a hit points level, which is our first on the account, and that's level 11 hit points. But you'll see now why it was impossible for us to include hit points in the rule set, just because you kind of get it randomly, and it's possible really to control for, and that would make much fun. So the flinching does seem to be working. It's basically where we get free attacks on the bear, because we just have to wait for his HP bar to disappear. It takes a long time, but we seem to be out DPSing his regeneration rate. I've been using the strength attack style just because it means we can hit 2s, and yeah, we'll cut back to when he's a lot lower because it's taking ages. Finally, we've managed to get the bear down to 1 HP after all of this time. I'm just going to stand in front of it and tank a few hits because it means we get to hit him more, and hopefully we can get the final XP drop before we regen, and we do. Thankfully, we finally killed this boss. Oh, it's not even a boss, it's just a normal bear. But if you see in the chat box in the bottom left, it shows the timer. So it shows that we spent 18 minutes killing this one bear. Fortunately, we didn't need to use all our attack styles in the end, so we will go onto those in a second. But yeah, wow, what a fight. I am actually out of breath. I've been holding my breath for 18 minutes now, to be honest with you. But yeah, let's go on to defense. We're going to go back to killing rats, I think, just for Slayer task. But yeah, I'll see you guys there. Alright, back at Rats at Lumbridge again, you know the drill. I'll cut to the final XP drop. Couple more hits now, we'll have level 3 defense, and we'll move on to range. So there you go, level 3 defense. A little bit more XP from killing these rats, and yeah, for ranged, I brought a normal short bow and some bronze arrows, some iron arrows. So we'll probably use the bronze arrows to get the second level, and yeah, we'll cut forward then. Alright, 1 XP drop away from level 3 ranged. I ended up using the short bow and bronze arrows in the end. It was very quick. I'm still trying to get down off the high of killing the bear, and there you go, level 3 ranged. And actually, I think I've broken my own rules here, because I said for the melee stats and the combat stats in general, I had to use a different ammunition on a different monster using a different weapon, and I used a different ammunition, different weapon for both defense and range, but I actually used rats again, even though I used them at level 2. So going forward, I'm going to make sure not to do that again. Like I said, I'm still kind of recovering from the bear fight, so sorry about that, guys. Won't happen again. Okay, so for the final level of the episode, we're going to get all our combat skills to level 3, and that's going to be level 3 magic. We're going to quickly just use some wind strikes on some goblins, so that's a different weapon and different monster. You can't use a different spell, but it doesn't matter. Okay, so for the final level of the episode, we're going to round off all our combat stats level 3 by getting level 3 magic. We can use an air staff and wind strike this time, so we're using a different weapon, so that's fine. And we don't really care about the goblins drops, they're just a different monster to kill. And there you go, level 3 magic, and that's going to conclude a really successful episode. We had a massive fight and we won in the end, and we got loads of skills done, so I'm quite happy about that. Thank you so much for all of you guys who've got this far in the video. Really would mean a lot to me if you guys did drop me a comment. I'll reply to all of them. Doesn't have to be anything, any suggestions, just anything would be nice. I'm going on holiday next week, but I'll have a video scheduled, so that will still go out, so you guys can still watch that. I'll reply to all comments when I get back or before I leave if I can, depending when it goes out. But thanks so much for guys. Bye bye.